Osseo Senior High believes diversity enriches our collective.
We empower each scholar to achieve personal, academic, and civic excellence,
inspiring individuals to audaciously
and deliberately transform our respective communities.
You were conscientious. You acknowledged that you were one of many, that you held perspectives, beliefs, traditions, and convictions that may be different than others. You embodied the moral call to not only be in community with those who may have differences, but to value and honor those differences as critical to our community and our world.
You focus on your excellence and the excellence of those around you. Always keep this in your heart. I am because we are. Continue to focus on being a lifelong learner while never losing focus on the well-being of those around you.
You reflected on your learning, your path, your successes, and your opportunities to grow. You reflected on how to improve the community, our school, and the lives of your friends, family, and those around you. You reflected on your excellence and made good on promise to yourself. Never stop looking at your reflection in the mirror and seeing someone who is brilliant, capable, and ever improving.
Outside of the walls of Osseo Senior High, never stop being conscientious. This is essentially Martin Luther King's vision of the beloved community.
You innovatively approach your work, impacting the legacy you'll leave behind and the path you will forge moving forward. You face problems head-on with creative solutions and never settle for the way things are, and instead ask, what might be? Continue to approach every aspect of your life with this same ingenuity and vision.
We thank you, scholars.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, scholars.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
To the brilliant collective that is Osseo Senior High School's graduating class of 2020, you are resilient by nature. Today, we celebrate you. The graduating class of resilience and fortitude, each of you is graduating with great distinction this year, so it is with immense praise we experience this moment together. Each of us will take away learnings from this year, lessons that will naturally influence the manner in which we see and experience the world going forward. Within these learnings lies your truth, your reality of what is, and ultimately what will come to be going forward. So I ask, what experiences have you allowed to shape your truth? And ultimately, what will you do with your truth? In life, we have the opportunity to engage in elements that advance those around us. We are not victims of circumstance, no. We are heroes of our own stories. Push yourself and pull a friend. Simply move. Every step you take makes an impact and moves you closer to your reality. Every word you utter speaks your values, just like the friends you keep. Maintain your joy in spite of our circumstances, for there is growth in adversity. If you're at the ends of your rope, tie a knot and hold on just a bit longer. So what will your truth look like in action? How will your truth be defined? How will these stories of your truth be told? You have a responsibility to someone. You are someone's mentor, their role model. How will you shape the community around you? How will you influence by doing what is right and just? So develop your voice. Your voice is crucial in authoring your own journey. And the world needs to hear your uncensored truth. If you are no better today than the day you entered Osseo Senior High School, I, Michael Lehan, have failed you. But if you feel you have a better understanding of self and the world around you, the time is now. Step out with conviction and courage, with passion and purpose, and dare greatly with an unapologetic heart. I need you. This world needs you. What is your truth? And what will your truth do? Speak your truth to power, guided by the hue inside of you. For the brilliance within our collective, we are because you are.
Congratulations to the Osseo Area Schools Class of 2020. You have earned your diploma and it's time to celebrate. I am inspired by the ways you have overcome the challenges posed by this pandemic that has touched every aspect of your lives. Now, as you leave high school, you take with you the skills that you have learned throughout your K-12 education, including effective communication, collaboration, innovation, and problem solving. Be proud of what you have accomplished academically. While the academic work was yours to complete, I know you each received support from family members and, for some, a little prodding from a staff member or two to ensure your success. Make sure to take time to thank those family members and staff who have helped you make it to today. You've experienced challenges none of us could have imagined even 6 months ago, and they have made you stronger. I know you'll do amazing things you didn't know you were capable of, and I can't wait to see what you accomplish. On behalf of the school board and the entire staff and administration in Osseo area schools, congratulations.
Hello, my name is Cooper Olson, class of 2020, here to introduce our next speaker. First, a quick message to my classmates. I cannot thank you guys enough for all of the great memories and good luck in your future. We are Osseo. Next up, we'll hear from one of our fellow graduates, Jane O.
Earlier this year, I went on a date and watched the film Parasite. I will admit there were a number of awkward scenes to get through. But for those of you who haven't watched it yet, what are you doing? Parasite has become one of my favorite movies. Now, there was one particular scene within the film that really stuck to me. The main characters, a poor family of 4, just had their house flooded in, and along with hundreds of others, was taking refuge in a high school gym. Lying on the concrete floor, unable to fall asleep, the son looks over to his dad and asks, "Dad, what was your plan?" And he says, "Son, you know what kind of plan never fails? No plan at all. Because if you make a plan, life never works out that way." That evening, no family there planned to be sleeping on a high school gym floor. On March 13th, none of us planned for that day to be our last. Class of 2020, I'm privileged and humbled to be here with you today. And on behalf of the Osseo senior class, I'd like to thank all the faculty, teachers, parents, and friends who have guided and helped us. It's unfortunate how things have turned out. And truly, no one could have predicted any of this. But in the wake of this pandemic, an important question has been brought to light. What do we do when things don't go as planned? One of my friends can answer that question. Now, this friend had his whole life meticulously planned ahead of him. This year, he was preparing to apply to his dream school, MIT. Get in, graduate with his computer science degree in 4 years, apply to work for Google, get the job, and have a 6-figure salary by the time he's 23. So, what did he do when he received a rejection letter from MIT? He cried, as all grown men do, probably ate some peanut butter and a jar of Nutella. But then he got up from his couch, decided to change his previously set-stone plans, and move forward. Today, he will be attending the University of Wisconsin-Madison as a computer science major. Life moves on, and with it, we will too. I think we're all aware that life is unpredictably unfair. And sometimes this means that we will fail to accomplish what we want, regardless of how hard we worked or how qualified we may be. Whether that be failing to get that job or not being able to get into your dream college. Not everything is in our control or favor. Not every failure is solely due to our own shortcomings. Sometimes it's our race, gender, socioeconomic standing, or a global pandemic that acts to hinder us. However, this year, more than ever, I've come to realize that it's not necessarily what we achieve that defines us, but the experiences we gain and the path that we decide to take during these unexpected moments of adversity. It's true that if I go out into life with no plan at all, I will 100% succeed in executing my non-existent plan. Now, I'm not telling you to not have a plan, even though I know many of you don't, including myself. But I ask that you look to these times as a moment in our life where setback is inevitable, and mobilize it for our current selves to work hard towards creating our future self and successes. So let us celebrate the planned and unplanned journeys we took that got us all here right now, because Osseo, class of 2020, we made it. Thank you.
I invite you to share in celebration of the following scholars who have achieved the distinction of high honors. Each of these scholars have successfully maintained a cumulative grade point average of 3.8 or above for the entirety of their high school career. Osseo Senior High School's mission was built on the principles that advancing the pathways of each scholar leads to a brilliant future. We celebrate each of these scholars and thank them for allowing us to come alongside and serve as co-pilots in their success. Congratulations.
My name is Jermaine Lockett, class of 2020, here to introduce our next speaker. First, a quick thought for my classmates. Our stories don't end here. This is only the beginning of what we set ourselves up for these past 4 years. A dear friend once told me that focusing on ourselves was the most important, and that getting rid of the negativity that shackles us is what really matters. Be respectful, responsible, and resourceful. I appreciate all the memories that were created with you guys. With that being said, next up, one of our fellow graduates, Lauren Seeger.
As I walked through the doors of Osseo on my first day of senior year, I was already thinking about graduation day. This day would be our rite of passage into adulthood, the day when we suddenly understood life's questions, where we suddenly matured beyond our years. and I remember wondering what the graduation speeches would be like. Something like, now that you're graduating, you need to be brave. Or now that you're graduating, you need to have hope that you will achieve your goals. Something that every other graduating class in history has heard in their own graduations. Maybe, I thought, those messages, to be brave and to have hope, were something that every 18-year-old needs to hear. We need to learn to be brave while facing obstacles. We need to learn to have hope in the midst of our hardships. That we need to learn to persist. But as I thought about those messages, I couldn't help but feel that to the class of 2020, those messages were a bit, well, redundant. Class of 2020, we were born in the midst of terror, danger, and uncertainty. On 9/11, innocent lives were lost, and the sense of national security was completely crumbled. At the time, my mom was pregnant with my twin brother and me, and she, like many of our parents, was scared to bring children into this broken world. We spent our formative years learning that safety was not simply given to us, that we need to stay hopeful that things would get better, that we had to persist. We grew up and started school, but as we were learning to read and do subtraction problems, our country suffered the biggest recession since the Great Depression. Our parents lost their jobs, food on our tables became scarce. According to the Fragile Families and Child Well-Being Study conducted by Princeton and Columbia University, this time had a, quote, profound impact on children, both in terms of greater risk of emotional problems as well as increased behavior problems, end quote. Every one of us braved the risks of that time. We continued to build the foundations of our education in the midst of panic, of poverty, of uncertainty. We made long-lasting friendships and happy memories despite it all. We had hoped that things would get better. We persisted. Fast forward to senior year of high school. For the past 4 years, we've cultivated our passions. We've worked tirelessly to get an A on an exam, to make the team, or to get into college. We were 1 week into our last trimester of high school. It was supposed to be the trimester of celebration. All the tiring hours, all the tears, all the grit we put into our education. Despite the hardships, we'd finally get to celebrate that by playing on our varsity sports teams, by attending senior prom, the changing of the grades, the senior all-night party, and graduation on June 6th. But then, 1 week in, we unknowingly went to our last day of high school. During what was supposed to be a time of celebration, we've lost our own jobs. We've watched friends and family get sick and some die. We've grieved what we've already lost and what we may lose this fall. And yet, we are braving this storm too. We finished high school and we made our college decisions in quarantine. We've sought essential work while wearing masks. We've created art and music and tight bonds with friends and family. We persisted. Class of 2020, we don't need to hear what every other graduating class has heard. We don't need to be told to learn to be brave or to learn to have hope or to learn to be persistent. We've lived those messages our entire lives. So, seniors, instead of telling you what we all need to learn, allow me to remind you what we've already been living. We have shown bravery our whole lives, and that bravery has just begun to pay off by receiving our diplomas. We will stay brave now too. We have remained hopeful in times of despair, and those times have always gotten better. We've overcome our hardships and created beautiful, meaningful lives here at Osseo. And memories, relationships, and lessons we've learned here are not diminished by the last few months. We will hold those many positive aspects of our lives close to our hearts and stay hopeful that this trying time will pass. And most importantly, we have persisted through danger, through poverty, through uncertainty. So each and every one of us, no matter where we go or what we do from this point on, we will persist. Thank you.
My name is Naomi Bennett, class of 2020, here to introduce our next segment. Before I do, I would like to share a thought with my fellow class of 2020. Remember to be reflective and think of the things you can do better in life. Forward in excellence. Next up, a musical selection from one of our fellow graduates,
Auntie Johnson.
I wanna leave my footprints on the sands of time. Know there was something that meant something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets. Leave something to remember so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I wanna say I live each day until I die, and know that I meant something in somebody's life. The hearts I have touched will be the proof that I leave, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I just want them to know that I gave my all, did my best, brought someone some happiness, left this world a little better just because I was here. I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I wanna leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I lived, I was here. I did, I was here. I was here. I did, I've done, I was here.
Along with our high honor scholars, there is an additional group I wish to acknowledge today. I would like to take this opportunity to celebrate our scholars who have courageously chosen to serve our country in the armed forces. Join me in recognizing each of these tremendous young people as they go forward. Army, Catherine Edwards. Marines, Anthony Kadar and Thomas Stayskull. Navy, Mackenzie Swanson, and the Minnesota National Guard, Fadima Darame. If you are joining the armed forces, but we did not have your name, we honor your contribution and your fortitude. Before we celebrate the graduating class of Osseo Senior High School, I wish to share with you some data around this dynamic senior class. This year, our senior class welcomed 2 exchange students. We welcome you and we thank you for choosing Osseo Senior High School. As of June 8th, graduating seniors were offered more than $4.5 million in scholarships. 35 members of this graduating class earned 30 or higher on the ACT. We had 422 scholars respond of our graduating scholars, and 50% of our graduating class have chosen to attend a 4-year university. 34% are going to a 2-year university, 1% will attend the military, and 15% will go direct into the workforce. I am proud to announce each member of the graduating class of 2020 have met all of the requirements of Osseo Senior High School, Osseo Area Schools, and the Minnesota Department of Education. It is with great joy I present to you the dynamic graduating scholars of Osseo Senior High School.
From the advisory of Andrew Bankston, Alexia Blackford, Alishira Delaney, Emily Ellis, Anna Freeman, Jackson Hagan, Luis Hernandez Cuate, Elijah G, Hamid Kaba, Madie Kai, Victoria Kitzman, Thomas Larson, Frankie Lum, Ashley Amoria, Nicholas Pilati, Jacob Rainerson, Jessica Ruhonimi, Ayawande Samuel, Henry Smith, Journey Yang.
From the advisory of Sherry Benson, Samira Ahmed,
Dakota Benigni,
Isabel Bramer, Aaliyah Shari, Roman Sheck, Justin Duncan,
Nicholas Fedig,
Isabella Howe, Dennis Nguyen, Avion Judson, Jake Kruder, Omar Lopez Sanchez, Jillian Motts, Neely Montez Siniceros, Connor Nygaard, Imani Perry, Kendra Potts, Lauren Seeger, Ernesto Tablas, Amaya Yerbina, Zoe Waldron.
From the advisory of Brandon Burns, Melodis Benjamin, Jasmine Choi, Jessica Dahl, Thalia D. Leon, Austin Findley,
Kyle Getchy,
Miles Hawthorne, Randy Hanoi, Jaden Jolson, Cesarean Lewis, Austin Lohr, Umalola Obalade, Colton Peterson, Caleb Price, Sydney Sane, Blesseth Wilson, Chinu Zhang.
From the advisory of Tan Mai Kao, Ali Abate, Luis Fernando Ayala Maldonado, Femi Bello, Madison Carroll, Caitlin Swick, Shay Dubé, Emily Felix, Megan Girardat, Brittany Wynn, Nicholas Korzendorfer, Joshua Madsen, Collins Makua, Dea Perry, Kendall Potratz, Evan Seeger, Tyler Swenson, Adeline Tano, Tyler Wolf, Belia Yang.
From the advisory of John Davis, Naomi Bennett, Alvin Bundu, Areli Castro Europa, Alyssa Dalmeda, Rajon Dupree, Cody Fishbach, Michael Gorman, Gabrielle Hayden, Clarence Hyatt Duncan III, Ethan Koo, Chase Larson, Connor McCarty, Elias Peterson, Leighton Price, Savannah Roll, Kalena Vang, Eric Varney, Kelly Zhang, Hallie Zethrin.
From the advisory of Cullen DeVries, Mackenzie Benioff,
Deja Brewington Huerta,
Richard Grant, Haley Heiss, Carla Hernandez Ochoa, Samira Idris, Katie J. Kamara, Aaron Kula, Jim Lohr, Hayden Lovelace, Yedadia Megenstu, Jordan Mutz, Jane O, Kyle Purdy, Madeline Roger, Tatum Scherner, Samuel Taylor, Andy Bang, Austin Wallen, Savannah Zhang, Remy Zuzulka.
From the advisory of Kim DeVries, Keaton Anderson, Samantha Benson, Zarif Brooks, Jua Chang, Fadima Darimi, Calvin Fleury, Mia Garley, Michelin Grant, Annalise Groff, Taylor Henry, Allison Hines,
Anna Laborde,
Yang Kong Lor, Evelyn McGee, Javier Moreno Gomez, Eric Oliphant, Jordan Pfluger, Jesus Pineda,
Ian Quigley,
Brendan Rude, Cody Sisaket, Ruthie Tiori, Nicholas Vang, Andy Yang. From the advisory of Kirsten Dunstan, Jose Gutierrez Peralta.
From the advisory of Kate Eggerman, Krista Asari, Christian Blandford, Cameron Klein, Gabrielle Curry, Carter Enstead, Umka Franzen, Hannah Hill, Omabobola Ikontu, Muhammad Ishmael, Shante Johnson, John Klein, Haley Crow, Darian Lee, Kayla Lee, Emily Menton, Locke Wynn, Muhammad Osman, Eric Ramirez Papoka, Miroslava Kachenko, Isaac Voges, Kayla Wells, From the advisory of Michelle Fisher, Jason Cardozo Ramirez.
From the advisory of Molly Foley, Chris Anya, Angie Bibriesca Garcia, Alyssa Brogan, Justin Chitspasong, Marlisha Clerk, Kiana Davis, Brooke Elert, Caitlin Gutierrez Hernandez, Vincent Herr, Anthony Kadar, Abbas Muhammad, Jack Fino, Xavier Powell, Grace Ruskowiak, Marcel Sloan Brown, Keithan Tao, Noah Thompson, Trenton Vassar, Faith Yang.
From the advisory of Amir Garbi, Abdi Waza Ahmed, Anthony Anderson,
Khalid Brooks.
Trung Dao, Zachary Doss, Jaden Dimonick, Elena Flowers, Renaya Henderson, Alec Karts,
Sophia Kaitanen.
Chinu Lore, Amber McFadden,
Danzel Navy.
Lauren Pfeffer, Taylor Kwan, Sebastian Siebert, Evelyn Bang, Adrian Yang, Jessica Zuniga.
From the advisory of Noah Geither, Adam Abdi, Alexandra Batista, Gabriel Erickson, Azaria Green, Amal Ibrahim,
Karimatu Jallo,
Safiatu Khan, Peyton Kohler, Evan Koss, Emily Lee, Justice Randolph, Alicia Vang, Kayla Wayman, Varnita Washington, Malik Williams, Grace Yamba, Martin Zeze, Cameron Zetterval.
From the advisory of Mary Hansen, Alexandra Antosky, Gabriel Benton, Damian Brown, Catherine Edwards, Katie Fafangsa, Janelle Gise, Amaya Harris Reed, Michael Jacobson, April Kelly, Jasmine Lamar, Asher Lorenzen, Tristan McGovern Quinn, Nalaji Mua, Kennedy Nelson, Cooper Olson, Owen Quigley, Itzel Reyes Martinez, Allison Rosenquist, Samuel Shaleen, Bly Tao, Taryn Van Horn, Connor Wayne, Autumn Yang. From the advisory of Aaron Hosker, Awansia Favors Jr., Rio McGrew.
From the advisory of Hannah Klingbeil, Gabrielle Bodine, Ethan Brash, Maria Cadena Amartagui, Jacob Contreras, Ana Yolanda Del Rivero, Nikita Detlefson, Tariq Henry, Knowledge Johnson, Shahara Lee, Elena Marrero, Zada Nguyen, Lindy Ojuri, Keegan Poindexter, Gitanjali Ramnath, Kamara Sinclair, Oluwatobi Taiwo, Jack Wiley, Fong Yang.
From the advisory of John Lichardi, Stephen Arel, Alexandra Bullock, Corinne Deutsch, Joyce Doe, Mercedes Frick, Eric Hagstrom, Madison Harold, Auntie Johnson, Nicholas Chomi, Christian Kuklins, Hong Lee, Anthony Liu, Ryan McNamara, Kim Nguyen, Fatuma Osman, Nick Pomtelikit, Autumn Rajvang, Marcus Smith Jr., Mikhail Thompson, Sayan Wallow, Morel Woods.
From the advisory of Idara McAllister, Yasmin Bryson, Elizabeth Detchman, Kyle Ellingson, Mallory Felton Van Leer, Alexandra Frank, David Hernandez, Brandolyn Kuhn, Adam Larson, Nasir Nelson, Isaac Omland, Alex Fadara, Damian Royal, Anjali Smith, Sophia Tharp, Stephanie Velez Lazo, Brady Weber, Hua Yang.
From the advisory of Eric Ruska, Megan Alt, Paulo Barber Jr., Priscilla Caballero, Riley Cohn, Rachel Erickson, Pajmami Hang, Jack Johnson, Callie Klingman, Jason LaQuea, Caleb Manson, Hannah Metler, Qtran Wynn, Aaron O'Sullivan, Levi Plumoff, Kalea Spraggins, Brianna Tompkins, Amosleen Wisa, Hannah Wetzel, Philip Yang.
From the advisory of Maggie Sabin, Summer Carlson, Tyan Cruz Keenitz, Sydney Gillen, April Halverson, Jacob Hurley, Savannah Coons, Jermaine Lockett Jr., Carol Mannion, McKinnon Mokoro, Barisua Ntoru, Grace Poppy, Ella Scotting, Mackenzie Swanson, Tamika Tart, Kaka Tao, Olivia Turner, Jaden Wade,
Jadelle Yorolarte,
From the advisory of Victoria Shakeby, Didier Aktikpu, Avery Blashak, Jordan Burnquist, Antiana Combs, Isabella Eggard,
Summer Entinger,
Roshan Fulmer, Jordan Hammonds, Jake Hill, Jaden Klein, Gabrielle Lemke Stewart,
Maximilian Lee,
Olivia Mercier, Peter Wynn, Sydney Sanders, Sadie Shog, Ellen Solom, Kaylee Tolino, Sita Vong Prashan, Angel Wessa, Menkapa Wanta, Matthew Yang. From the advisory of Jane Schreiber, Monica Benson, Jadakiss Jackson, Anna Lopez, Sean Norris, Dexter Weeks.
from the advisory of Marcy Tenhaken, Gianna Boych, Camille Cornea, Joseph Donaldson, Autumn Gerhardt, Deborah Green, Calvin Harris, Luke Johnson, Abraham Kamara, Caden Knutson, Fangyun Lee, Gabriela Martinez Byres, Miriana Michaels, Comfort Oyederu, Nicole Ramsey, Olivia Schmitz, Thomas Stechaskal, Kiana Torre, Jack White.
from the advisory of Tim Tyson, Kaylee Andrews, Bashira Ba, Sean Dooley, Ashanti Gillian, Grace Holton,
Shanae Johnson.
Colby Knutson. Anna Lavin. Catherine Lindgren. Josue Martinez Aquino. Nicholas Millette.
Caitlin Ponson.
Luis Sandoval Barrera. George Segby. Taylor Tran. Jackson Vanderhayden. Elizabeth Vu. Zaylin Walker. Aaron Zhang. Nu Zhang. Lucas Yeager.
From the advisory of Megan Thompson, Curtis Banks Jr., Lariah Boone, Jimena Cardenas Pozo, Isabel Cronin,
Hallie Evanson.
Abigail Janetsky, Thomas Harris, Mercedes Ruska, Samuel Coles, Tyrese Lloyd Cooley,
Griffin Marcaccini.
Isaac Mastel,
Adil Mohammed.
Kiera Moonsamroth, Sam Novotny, Lucas Partanen,
Caitlin Schulte.
Cassandra Straight, Saray Trice, Harrison Vu, Kristen Wea, Caden Wilson, Sophia Yerbich.
From the advisory of Rachel Wilkerson, Danielle Davis, Irina Hayes, Kareem Randall. From the advisory of Jerry Zelenak, Maggie Bauer, Samantha Bowen, Josiah Busby, Jarrett Doran, Sophia Evers, Carl Gibson, Innocence Harden, Maggie Harrison,
Walker Holtgren,
Kalea Jones, Allison Colden, Jemiah Lockett, Sydney Masteler, Will Novotny, Orena Paywane, Garrett Pooley, to Sheldon Robinson, Riley Schumacher, Zachary Strode, Natalie Ten Sithoff, Connor Sheeta, Jordan Vilasek.
My wish for each of you is that you go forth with gratitude and fortitude, with grace and humility, with pride and passion, and most importantly, a firmly rooted voice. It's been an honor to serve as your principal during your senior year. Around your neck, you wear a medallion that reads, "I am Osseo." In your heart, you carry the experiences that have led you to this place of honor. Go forward in your purpose. At this time, graduates, please stand, move your tassel from right to left, and be recognized by your loved ones. It is with great pride I present the Osseo Senior High School graduating class of 2020. Osseo, show me your walk, show me your stroll.